All right, today we got Annie Brees from Balance 365, also as part of the Raise The Bar Initiative, formerly known as the Women's Barbell Classic. So,
nailed it.
Yeah. I met Annie about a year and a half ago. I met Annie at the circus. Quite honestly, I had no clue who Annie Brees was. Balance 365.
I'm offended.
I know. I'm so sorry. I was kind of caught up trying to build an empire. So I met them at the circus, and I started reading about the Women's Barbell Classic while we were there filming and trying to figure out what it was that you guys were doing. And then I read the mission statement on the website, and I was like, I'm in. So that's when I approached you guys, and I said, whatever you guys need, I will make for you. I will make it happen.
And you did.
Yeah. So
you did exactly that.
So we started doing all these videos, and I honestly, I had no clue what I had gotten myself into at that point. So we started creating all these videos, and we started telling you guys a story, and then the mission, and then eventually where you guys wanted to get to. And along the way, Annie and I became really good friends in the process. And so here she is on Invitation by Invictus. And for those that don't know the true meaning behind Invitation by Invictus, I had the help of Annie Brees to help me come up with the name of this podcast.
I was wondering if you were going to share that.
Yes.
I didn't want to take credit, but
100% it was Annie Brees. It is now formally on a video podcast. This was Annie Brees's name. I just took it and ran with it.
It just oozed out of me.
Yeah.
It's a natural fit.
Yeah. Group text messages are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yes. Yeah. So what are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about you.
Oh, my favorite topic.
Yes. For anybody that does not know who Annie Brees is or what she does, here you go. So kind of tell me where you grew up. It was in Ames, correct?
Yep. I born and raised in Ames, only child, went to Central College in Pella to play softball.
Right. National champions,
2003. Very proud of that. And then kind of like this twisted path of a career, as a lot of us have, right? But I actually went to Minneapolis for a year after college.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did. I got a degree in elementary education, and then I did my student teaching, and I was like, this is hard.
Oh,
yeah. No, this is a lot of work. So I went to aesthetics school, actually, before the Aveda Institute was here. It was only in Minneapolis. So I moved to Minneapolis for a year, went to school for aesthetics, got my license there, worked as an esthetician for a while, then got pregnant, had a baby, stayed home. And then after I had a baby, I got back into fitness, like post-college, like after college, after college athletics, I was like, no, I'm done. I'm like,
you had that burnout phase.
Yes. I don't want to be in a weight room anymore. It felt like work, right?
Right.
But then after I had my first baby, I was like, oh, this could be kind of fun. This could be a good way to pass the time and like entertain myself. Yeah. And I fell in love with it again. So from there, I became a group fitness instructor. I was like a kickbox instructor.
Nice.
And then I got my like personal training, wellness certification. And then somewhere in there, I founded Balance 365.
Right. With Jennifer Campbell,
a Canadian. It sounds super random, but we met on the internet like 6 years ago.
It's like dating.
And it's like,
except for she's your business partner.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Like we were like courting each other, vetting each other. Like, do we think the same? Are we compatible? And we really were. And in fact, we met in this group this is kind of like the theme throughout my life is finding myself in male dominated fields. And we were two of probably 20 men in this habit professional coaching group. And they kept asking us, like, what do the moms think? What do the moms think about, I've got this new mom, she's newly postpartum. How do I talk to her about more sleep or habit change or better nutrition or whatever? And Jen and I quickly realized that we naturally shared a lot of the same philosophies and values. And so we threw out this idea, like, I think we have a really great idea for how to help women improve their habits and their health without shaming, without self-loathing, without all that self-deprecation. And we threw it out there and it exploded. in the best way possible.
But it wasn't Balance 365 at the time.
No, it was Healthy Habits, Happy Moms, which is a mouthful. And it's so, to be quite honest, it's really Pollyanna. Like it's, pretty safe and PC, and I'm not safe or PC.
No, I can totally verify that.
So, and also we weren't just for moms. Like as Jen and I have grown older and our identity has become more separate from motherhood, we realized that there's a lot of women that need this love and support, not just moms. So we wanted a name that's more all-encompassing.
Balance 365.
Balance 365, yeah.
So the original company was started in what year?
2015.
Okay, and then you guys made the switch to Balance 365.
This is like a pop quiz. I don't know. Probably like 4 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2016?
Ish. Yeah.
Okay, ish.
That sounds right. Don't quote me on that.
But you've been in the health and wellness industry for
like 10 years.
Right. And that's what people don't know.
Yeah.
Is that you just didn't like pop out of some bush overnight and you're like, hey, I'm going to do this. Like,
no,
always been in this.
This has been a grind. And I honestly believe that this is my life's work.
Okay.
On a really big level, to help women feel really comfortable in their bodies, return to autonomy about the choices that they make. They have agency over their own bodies and their own behaviors. Whatever that looks like, I don't care. I'm not trying to prescribe weight loss goals or body ideals to anyone. Like they get to decide what's best for them. But this is definitely my life's work. It's evolved into this, but I'm confident that this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks.
She loves it. I know she loves it, so she tells me. So.
Just wait till I start crying. I think there's no alcohol. It's just coffee. I would be bound to cry about it.
Well, it's a good thing. Good thing there's no White Claws in the vicinity.
Oh, yeah. You guys have been on the receiving end of that. Give me a couple alcoholic drinks and I'll start crying.
Yeah. I remember one day we showed up in Annie's garage to shoot and she's like, I'm 3 White Claws deep. I want you to know. So I might cry really easy. And I was like, the fuck are you talking about? And sure enough,
I cried.
I was like, and then, like my staff's looking at me and I was like, go get her a freaking tissue.
just sitting on this box in my garage crying by myself with these cameras in my face. It's fine.
It's not that. When I tell people don't look at the cameras, like legitimately, she never looked once at the camera.
No, I couldn't. I was like, this is awkward. Not crying. Because when you cry, it's not like this pretty, beautiful like face. You're like,
it's not the movies.
No.
Especially when you're passionate talking about something.
Yes. And I am definitely passionate about it, which is a good thing.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And if anybody wants to know where Annie Brees got this coffee, it is from Dryburgh's in the East Village. So,
I mean, the cup alone.
Yeah.
I value uniqueness and creativity. So the cup alone has me sold.
It's sustainable by itself.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's no Baileys or anything like that.
No.
So
just a whole pot of coffee in me this morning.
Hey. Okay. So Balance 365 now works with any female that needs coaching, nutrition, wellness, fitness, all of it, correct?
Yeah. So we have a team of coaches. Jen and I are in there coaching as well, but we work on what we would call behavior change. Honestly, in my experience over the last 10 years, working with thousands of women, most people know I need more sleep. I need more fruits and vegetables. I need to limit my sweets and treats and alcohol. It's the thoughts in their head and their approach to like actually doing the thing that they already know that they need to do that women need help with. So a lot of our coaching, we tell you what a balanced plate looks like and how to tap into your internal cues, like your hunger and satiety, and encourage you to get more sleep and provide guidance for movement. But honestly, most of what we do is mindset work.
Okay.
It's like, what are you thinking when you're making this choice? What do you need to think to make the choice you want to make? Like, it's less about like what you're actually doing and like why you're doing it.
Okay. So Balance 365, the website is balance365.com.
Balance365life.com.
Right. And then you get a free trial, you get like a week, or you sign up?
No, we have a lot of free resources, blog posts, podcasts, free Facebook group. We go live in our Facebook group and on our public page every Monday and Thursday.
That goes live.
Yes. We're like talking about various topics. But if you want to be a part of our coaching program, it's a 6-month commitment at minimum.
Okay.
And honestly, that's because, I mean, like, women have done the fast fix, the 21 days, the 6 weeks or whatever it is, transformation, and it's not working.
Right. It's not sustainable.
No, it's not working. And honestly, like, when you're making change from a place of making it work for your life instead of your life work for the change, it's going to be a slower process.
Right.
So we don't even want people that are in it for fast fix and fast results. Like, if that's what you want, we aren't for you.
Right. For sure. So balance365life.com. Mm-hmm. And then you and Jen do the podcast. I know that you guys do podcasts, once a week?
Yeah, we release once a week. It's not like this setup though. It's like, no, it's in my bedroom and it's over Zoom. This is like way fancier. But it works.
Yeah.
It works. Yeah. It's a pretty popular. It's gone well. We cracked the iTunes top 100s chart.
Nice.
Like a year ago. We were there for, full disclosure, we were there for like 45 seconds, but we made it.
Okay.
We made it. We just couldn't stay there.
Okay.
Not yet, but we've got like 40,000 downloads a month.
Yeah, that's great.
So I think we're doing pretty well.
Yeah, I think you're slowly killing it.
Yeah.
So you and Jen do the podcast once a week. And then, if you want to check it out, check out Facebook, Instagram, even your own personal page has a lot of great stuff inside of it.
Yeah. I don't talk much about nutrition just because I don't think about food. Like, it's not like I'm not super passionate about talking about food. I'm super passionate talking about lifting and exercise.
Yeah.
And mindset and self-love and self-care. But Jen definitely talks way more about nutrition.
Right.
But yeah, you can come to my Instagram page if you want to talk about lifting and benching.
Right. Deadlift.
Deadlifting, squatting, do a lot of that.
What's your max deadlift? It's like 350 something, right?
355.
355.
Don't forget that. 5
Yeah,
pounds.
sorry, my bad.
Yeah, like that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just pulled that 2 months ago.
No, it's been sooner than that.
Has it?
I was there when that happened.
Yeah, I needed you. I was like, I need some moral support.
I'm that awesome Rudy speech that's yelling at you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think you even videotaped it for me.
I did.
Which is clutch.
Yeah. So what happens when you own a video company, you get stuck doing that stuff for your friends.
Well, if you didn't tape it, then like did it even happen?
Oh yeah, that is true.
I needed proof.
Yeah, you showed proof.
Yeah.
She even made it on the 22nd Street Barbell page.
That's how you know you've made it big time.
Yeah. As a lifter, that's life.
Not even as a lifter, as a female lifter.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
the funny thing is I'm not even the strongest one in that gym. There's a lot of strong women in that gym.
There are, but I think it's been a while since I've seen somebody pull in the threes as far as a female. Because there's really not been any meets or anything to move forward towards.
Yeah. No, there's a couple. There's a lot of strong women in that gym.
There are.
Yeah.
That's
I'm one of them.
Annie's the OG, if you guys ever forget that.
Well, so. I don't know about that. But I think when I joined that gym, there was probably 4 or 5 female members. And now there's a ton more, I would say. I don't know what the stats are, but it seems like there's close to 50-50. When I'm in the gym, there's always a ton of females, which is great. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And so let's talk about 22nd Street. You and Abby started a all women's workout class where it's just 100% strength trained focus.
Yeah.
And you guys did that how long ago?
Like, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, maybe?
Yeah. In the original gym, right? Or did you guys do it?
No, we started it in the basement of Merle Hay.
Okay.
Is when we started it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think Abby had the same experience. We had a lot of individual personal training clients that we saw the benefit of working in a small group setting. You have more accountability. You have people to push you. Like there's just this like social aspect that a lot of women crave.
Yeah. They dig it.
Yeah. But it wasn't a large enough group to like, you get lost in the shuffle or you feel intimidated or whatever. But honestly, I didn't see that being offered in the market in Des Moines where women were just getting together just to lift. Like it was always like a boot camp or a cardio circuit or like more bodybuilding-ish. And it was like, no, we're going to focus on squat, bench, and dead. And that's what Abby and I are really good at.
Right. So it was 5 women. It's 5 women, and then it had the 2 of you. So you really got that one-on-one attention.
Yeah, it was great. Like we would have 2 squat racks or 2 deadlifts or 2 benches going, and one woman would go, the other one would spot, and Abby and I, like, I've got eyes on one, she's got eyes on the other,
Right.
and it is like some good opportunity to get feedback.
Right.
And these women are insanely strong. The strength gains that they've made, because that's the other thing about this group, and I'm not coaching it anymore,
Right.
but they have been lifting for years.
Right.
Like they aren't just like a flash in the pan.
Right.
Same thing with Balance 365. You know, like it's the long game.
Right.
And to see them lift for, a year or 2 years and make an insane amount of strength gains, it's like,
Right.
like feel like a proud mom.
Yeah. Yeah. You watch all that.
Yeah. Like this.
Yeah.
And then I cry. Then
Yeah.
I cry at the Women's Barbell Classic meet. And I'm like, I'm
Yes.
so happy.
Yeah. Which we have tons of that. So we have tons of that footage.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the Women's Barbell Classic. Originally started off at 22nd Street, 80 ladies, correct?
Yeah. It was like, Abby will tell you, I often have these great ideas and I vocalize them to her, and then Abby takes it from there. I'm like, this would be a really fun idea, because I had actually gotten into CrossFit. And when I got into CrossFit after powerlifting, I was like, there's so many strong women in this community. Like, it's not just powerlifters. Like, these CrossFitters are also really insanely strong. And so I'm like, let's put them all together and have one big party.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, Abby Mork is my girlfriend, and she tells me all the time, Annie is the party, I'm the planner.
Yeah. Like when it comes to the Women's Barbell Classic, I am planning a party and Abby's planning a powerlifting meet.
Yeah.
But I think you need both. And that's what makes it a really great
you guys
experience.
did.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you got like the DJ and the atmosphere, the lights, the backdrop, but you also have a really amazingly run meet.
Correct. Agreed.
Yeah.
Because she's psycho when it comes to running meets.
Which is great, because I'm not detail oriented at all. I'm like, yeah, sure. Sounds good. Whatever.
Yeah. Abby I wouldn't say she's not psycho. She's very meticulous.
That's a great way to.
Yes. Very meticulous at running a well-constructed, oiled machine powerlifting meet.
Which you have to be, especially now. Can we just fast forward to where we are now?
We can. Okay. Yeah. Well, no, actually, let's talk about, let's talk 80 ladies at 22nd Street in 2018, correct?
Yeah.
You guys wanted to create this meet, all female powerlifting meet.
Yeah.
Just bring both sides of that community, right? The powerlifters, the CrossFitters, and then whoever was in between was 100% welcomed.
Yeah. It was, we had women in that meet that had lifted in powerlifting meets before. We also had women who had like never ever lifted, really.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, this sounds like fun.
Okay.
And my friends are doing it.
Yeah.
So we had quite a range, quite a spectrum of lifters. And it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was, it was so much more impactful than I had anticipated. And it was very clear on meet day, like, this is something special.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. So then we go into 2019. We had to move in out of 22nd Street because there's no way 22nd Street can hold over 100 people.
No. Yeah. Well, I mean, like everything from parking to bathrooms to like space to warm up. And, those are all aspects of the event that Abby is very well experienced in, and she knows what to anticipate. And because ultimately that makes for a really great lifter experience or not great lifter experience. And then spectators, too. And also not to bypass the whole charitable giving aspect of our organization. We gave all that money the first year back. I think we raised almost $8,000. We gave it to a local female lifter who had been in a motorcycle accident. So then, fast forward, once we realized, we were like, oh, okay, we've got something. This is pretty awesome. We decided to give it to the Young Women's Resource Center.
For 2019.
We were going to raise all of our money for Young Women's Resource Center. And, it was equally as amazing. Yeah.
Well, I think it was more, to be honest. We were a part of that. I was a part of that. So I saw that because the staff that I had at the time no longer works here. So it was just myself and my former staff member, and I got to see it, and it was phenomenal. The women that were there, and then their families and friends.
Yeah.
It was electrifying. That whole day was electrifying.
Yeah, it was. It really was. I've said this so many times to you. You probably are like, yeah, I get it. But There is something so, I feel very, this sounds cheesy, and I think if you've experienced it, you know what I'm talking about. Like innately wild in a woman that comes out when she's on a platform by herself.
Right.
Because it takes a lot of courage to do that. You're not up there, like you are up there by yourself. You've got 3 judges watching you and a crap ton of lifters and spectators.
Yes.
And there's no, like all eyes are on you, right?
Right.
But to see these women hit a lift and then just unfiltered, unapologetic, scream, celebrate themselves,
right,
throw their fists in the air, jump up and down, whatever. Like you just don't see that.
Yeah.
You don't see that in the professional atmosphere very often, right? You don't see that in real life. And to see it in the Women's Barbell Classic, I was like, that is the type of energy that's like in all of us.
Yes.
And when you see it in another woman, you can't help but feel like, yes, that's like, I'm so happy for her. I don't even know her, never met her in my life. I have no idea what her experience is in lifting or life, but I'm really genuinely happy for her.
But that's what you guys offer as far as the Women's Barbell Classic. Like I saw tons of ladies that they didn't know each other from nothing, but they were there supporting each other, high-fiving, hugging, crying together. And it was like them and their friends and their family. I mean, just with like, they were all random strangers. And for that one small window of time, they acted like they had known each other since like the 4th grade.
Because when you're a new power lifter and you're in the back in the, like trying to get in line for your platform, your lift, and you have to work together. Like, are you going to go? Am I going to warm up? Are you going to warm up? Are you first? Am I first? What are you lifting? Like, what's your name? Am I ahead of you? Or am I like, you have no choice but to talk to these women. And naturally it's just like, okay, we're all in this together. Like we might be competing against each other, but for the most part, we're
together.
Yeah.
Yeah. In it to win it together.
I mean, there are some people like that would be me. I'm like, no, I'm trying to like do my best here.
Well,
a little competitive.
A little, just
with myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a lie. I'm competitive with everyone.
Everything. That's why we probably get along so well.
But I can like love you and compete with you.
Absolutely.
I don't have to like be snarky.
It's not cutthroat.
Yes.
Yeah. Like it used to be.
It can be cutthroat. But I don't have to be rude about it. Like I don't have to like hate you or have any animosity.
Right.
To feel that. Like, no, I just really like winning and doing well.
Absolutely.
But there's that. You don't have to be like that to enter the Women's Barbell Classic.
Correct.
Yeah.
So $20,000 was raised. And let's just give a little backstory. Annie said, I want to raise $20,000. She vocally said that.
Yeah, we were like trying to set a goal, and I was like, 20,000 sounds nice. I had no like, I didn't crunch any numbers. I didn't run any estimates. I didn't plan that out. I was like, this just literally, it sounds like a good amount. And Megan and Abby were like, okay.
Yeah. I happened to be sitting there with Abby because afterwards, at the time, she was just my workout partner. And I went over to her house to see her to see if she was okay, because I knew she was like mentally exhausted. And she's like, well, shit, if you're here, you're going to help me count this money. So I was like, okay. So I felt like casino, right? Because it was door money, merchandise money, the silent auction money. And all of a sudden, Abby goes, holy shit, I think we just raised the money. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, we raised $20,000 for this organization. And I was like, what? She's like, I think we freaking hit it. And all of a sudden she's like calling Annie, and like, they're both excited, and it's just crazy. And then she gets off the phone. She's like, Annie wants to present a check. And she's like, do you know where I can get a big check?
I ordered a big ass check on Amazon. I was like, I wanted the photo op.
Yeah.
Like we had worked our butts off.
Yeah.
We really did. And for perspective, Abby has a full-time job. I have a full-time job. Megan had a full-time job. We had very minimal volunteers, although we've had a lot of people offer for help. We just weren't planful enough to like put a lot of people in the right place to utilize that support. So we had worked our asses off, and I was like, I want to celebrate this.
Yeah.
Like, so I got a big ass check.
Big check.
On Amazon. even though we had already like given them the paper check.
The paper check
is all for show.
Yeah.
But yeah. And honestly, I remember too the night of the meet thinking, I don't even care if we raised $20,000. The experience of the meet that day was so beyond anything I had anticipated that I was like, it's really not about the money.
Yeah, I can tell you guys, not as a lifter, 100% as a spectator, because that's what I was. My job was to be a spectator and capture content. It was probably the most electrifying meet I've ever been a part of. And I've been a part of a few for 22nd Street. The women, the morale, just the centerness of being together, I can absolutely say is a must. It is a bucket list, ladies. If you have never been a part of the Women's Barbell Classic, which that's the name, they're keeping the name because that's the name of the meet.
Yeah.
You must sign up for the next one. I'm too old. Well, I'm not too old. I can still lift, but my job is now to be behind the scenes.
You can't that you can do the meet.
I can do the meet.
Physically, you can do the meet, but I need you to.
I need to capture the content.
Be support.
I have to be support and capture the content.
Yeah.
Sign up.
Yes.
Sign up. Even if you just come to watch and support a friend, a family member, just come, just be there.
Yeah.
See it.
But if you want to sign up, and who knows what the future holds with our next meet, 2021, 2022. I'm not exactly sure what, but if you're interested in this, don't wait, because we sold out in less than an hour.
Yeah. So let's fast forward to 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So we helped create these small little commercials to help advertise for their meet. And November 1st was the launch day to sign up for the meet. Open at 6 a.m. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so I'm just going to give you a little insider look to my playbook, but when I say stuff's going to sell out, I don't really know if it's going to sell out.
Yeah.
I just say that it's going to sell out because I'm manifesting it. I'm putting it out into the universe. It's going to sell out. I have no basis to say it's actually going to sell out. But in the weeks leading up, I'm like, this is going to sell out. I think we opened it to 160 lifters.
I think it was something like 150, 160.
Yeah. And I was like, it's going to fill up, ladies. If you want in, make sure 6 a.m. registration, you're ready and raring to go.
Yeah.
And, but I was just kind of bullshitting. I was just like, oh, I hope that happens, but I don't really know.
Yeah.
But I mean, no harm, no foul, right?
Yeah.
If you sign up early and you get in and you secure your spot and we don't sell out, you still have a spot, right? So 6 a.m. comes and I'm refreshing and I'm like, oh my gosh. I call Abby and I'm like, it says we have 53. And I'm like, is that how many we've sold? And she's like, that's how many are left. And I was like, oh
yeah,
that was 20 minutes.
20 minutes in.
I'm like, we are going to sell out. Yeah. It's we're going to do it. And so I'm just I'm hitting refresh and I'm watching this number go down, and Abby, Megan and I are all on tech. So we had some tech problems, but all of a sudden it was 6:53 and it was gone.
Sold out.
And I instantly start getting messages, even from my own clients. Mm-hmm. Is this really sold out?
I can't get in. Can you get me in?
Yeah. What, has registration opened yet? And I'm like, it's sold out.
Yeah.
It's done. It's gone.
Yeah.
And then people were kind of pissed. They're like, I didn't think you were serious. And I'm like, I didn't think I was serious. It happened. The thing that I wanted to happen. So then Megan, Abby, and I powwow that afternoon, and we're like, what do we do? So we immediately got a wait list up.
Yeah.
And I'm over here open it up, let them all in. We'll figure it out. Just let it floodgates open. We'll figure it out. And Abby's like, I don't think you understand. That means for a really long meet day, and we've got volunteers and we've got capacity. Yeah. Abby's thinking again about the meat side. I'm just the more the merrier. It's going to be so fun.
It's a party.
It is a party. And so we literally sat down and crunched the numbers for if we added a platform, if each lifter took 3 minutes per lift and we had this many lifters, how long does the day?
Yeah.
Can we shorten the intermission? Can we take out certain aspects to get more lifters in? Because, people don't, a lot of these women have other priorities and families, and they don't want to, I mean, some of them would, I would, but a lot of them don't want to be in a gym from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah. But that's how long it was going to take, like 10 hours.
Yeah. So we reworked some elements, and we talked about adding another platform, and we were like, okay, we can add another 150.
Yeah.
And so we opened it up to the wait list, and
Sunday night.
It was gone.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat. Again.
300 lifters.
300 lifters.
300 lifters.
Sold out with still some on the wait list.
Yes.
We still had to turn people away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Which couldn't happen due to COVID.
Yes.
Yeah. That was a big bummer. It was a big letdown.
Yeah. I was heartbroken. And, when we made that decision, it was things were still kind of like up in the air. It was really early on in quarantine where it was like, what is it going to look like in 6 weeks? Now we know, like, okay, we're going to be here for a while. But at that point in time, it was a really hard decision for us. And ultimately, what we ended up deciding was to cancel the meet. We offered a refund to those who wanted a refund. We also offered if you didn't want a refund, to put you, what's the word? Like, not a lottery, but to secure a spot, to secure first dibs on our next meet. And then we actually had enough people in the community that were like, you can just keep our money. You can use it for our after school lifting program or the ways that you see fit that's in alignment with your organization. Yeah. And we ended up turning around and giving 10 $1,000 grants to local gyms.
Right. Back into the community.
Yeah. Which was that felt really good to me because a lot of these gyms had supported us. They were bringing 20, 30 lifters from their gyms. Yeah. And I also see them shutting down, struggling with income. Like they're not getting personal training. The people are canceling memberships. Right. They're not generating the revenue that they normally would have because of the shutdown. So to give that money back to the community, which is ultimately really it wasn't our original vision for how to use funds, but it's still very much in alignment with
the
our
mission.
Values.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this after school program, the Barbell Club.
Yeah.
Started in East High School.
Yes.
And now we're into...
Well, so we got...
Pre-COVID.
We got shut down in the spring at East. So we didn't get to finish our spring session, but our vision was for this fall, for fall of 2020, was to be in East and Roosevelt. We had secured spots in Roosevelt too. So I was super excited, but also bummed that wasn't going to work out. But essentially what it is we met twice a week. We met on Mondays and Wednesdays. We had 20-ish girls, 25-ish girls.
Right.
They'd come and we would lift with them. And we'd take them through a couple workouts a week for about 45 minutes. And then we spend the other 45 minutes having a snack and then having some really great discussion on time management, stress management, mental health, self-love, self-care, nutrition. And it was honestly amazing because my experience was the weight room at East is open to all these girls, but they're not utilizing it because they don't have a team. They don't know what they're doing. They don't feel confident. So to be able to invite these girls into the weight room, show them like, hey, you can be in here. You belong in here. You're welcome in here. And I'm going to give you the skills and the tools necessary to feel like, okay, I can take up space in here. I know what I'm doing, was really an amazing opportunity.
Because you just took any girl that wanted to be in it. Didn't matter if you had weightlifting experience or if you were on a sport. Or...
No, and most of them were not athletes, which is what I loved about it. Because this is the kind of program I needed when I was in high school that didn't have.
Right.
And so to be able to offer this to high school girls now was really special, but most of them weren't in sports. They're like, I'm interested in lifting, but I don't know how to lift. And I don't know how I'm going to learn how to lift.
You even had a girl that was deaf in there as well, right?
Yes.
She didn't play any sports.
She played rugby.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. But I don't think rugby is a school sport. But
I don't think it is in Des Moines public schools.
Yeah.
I think it's like it might be like club after school program.
Yeah. Yeah, but we didn't get to finish, unfortunately. Yeah. So, but
maybe spring 2021.
I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
I'm really hopeful.
So you'll be in Roosevelt hopefully at that time, starting your program.
Yeah, and Roosevelt is super keen too. We met with the administration there in earlier in the spring, kind of like after winter break. And I was like, so can I tell you a little bit about the Barbell Club? And they were like, yeah, you can, but we know we want you to be in here. And I was like, oh, like, I don't even have to like sell you on this. They're like, no, we've heard about it. We want this. This is amazing. And they were super flexible with their weight room schedule. And they're like, with advance notice, like we can make sure that you have enough room and space and equipment in there. And I'm really excited to get started in Roosevelt. And then eventually, you know, Lincoln and all the Des Moines metro schools, North.
Right. All the schools.
Roosevelt. Yeah.
In the Des Moines metro public school system.
Eventually. Yeah. Okay. We'll get there.
Excellent. Yeah. I don't doubt that one bit.
Yeah.
When Annie Brees says something, I know it's going to happen. So I just get out of her way.
Well, the thing is now is that it's taking more woman power.
Okay.
To do this. Because Megan and I, and then Abby would pop in when she could, but Megan and I were solely running the lifting, the Barbell Club, and which is great, but like I can't do that at 5 schools. Megan can't do that at 5 schools. So we started the process. Again, it got stalled, but we started the process of looking for quality women to come coach these women for us.
Right.
And Medi Paulus, hat tip to her, from Black Collar CrossFit, was one of them that stepped up and was like, I'll do this. And she had already started recruiting volunteers to go with her. And because like, we're not getting paid. Like this is like something we're doing because we just honestly believe that much in the value of it.
Right.
So, we're going to need some support to make that mission real life.
So if I want to be a volunteer, or I want to have a conversation about the Barbell Club or the Women's Barbell Classic or Raise the Bar Initiative, how do I get in touch with you?
You can email us at dmbarbellclassic@gmail.com. Instagram, website, Abby or me personally, like whatever, it works. I will say Abby definitely wears the pants in this.
Yeah, she does.
In this relationship. I'm ideas. She's like, no, this is like actually what needs to happen. So when it comes to planning and preparation, she's way more organized than I'm like, yeah, sure. Okay. Sounds good. Fine. Whatever. Yeah.
Can we have a party?
Yeah. Can we do this like over cocktails? Can we have this conversation?
Is there a DJ involved?
Yes. You want to get like sushi and drinks and we can like have a board meeting? That's That's my kind of version of it. And she's like, Annie, no, like we got to actually do stuff. So she keeps me on task.
Great. Yeah. The yin and the yang.
It really is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we should probably wrap up.
Okay.
So Annie Brees, why don't you give us all of your handles so that if anybody wants to follow Annie, this is the best way to track down Annie Brees.
Well, I really just kind of have one. I think Instagram is probably, my personal one is Annie Brees, ANNIEBREES.
Okay.
On Instagram, my Balance 365 is Balance 365 Life on Instagram. And then Raise the Bar Initiative on Instagram as well. I'm not a big Facebook person.
You do the Facebook Lives.
Yeah, on our Balance 365 Life page, but like that's about it.
But if you want to get
Instagram,
it's IG.
Yeah, I hang out mostly on Instagram.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
I love her. My favorite story of Annie's, and I'll say this before we go, was when she basically put the pizza companies at war. It was like Pizzaopoly, where she was just like, oh, okay.
That happened so organically and beautifully. I could not have planned that. So like, so if you're like, what are you talking about? I don't cook. I often make frozen pizzas for my kids and like no shame about it. But I noticed that I was tagging Jax in all these posts and Jax wasn't responding. And I was like, that's poor customer service. Like, so then I called out Jax and then like Tombstone came in and Totino's and like, and then I ended up getting a bunch of swag and it's
free pizzas.
Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah. I loved it. Every day I would go look and I'd be like, what is this bitch doing today?
It was like the Bachelorette, except instead of dudes, it was pizzas.
Frozen pizza companies.
Like also my dream. Pizza companies fighting over my attention. Sold.
Yeah. And it lasted quite some time.
Yeah, it did. Well, it just like, it was a process that like just kind of unfolded over the course of like a week.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's my claim to fame. Jack's Pizza.
You still eat it.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's good. It's good pizza.
It's good pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're in a pinch, Jack's Pizza.
Yeah, throw some veggies and celery, side salad.
Bam.
Like,
Done.
Balance.
Coke Zero. Annie Brees also turned me over to Coke Zero.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is good. I like fizzy though. I like LaCroix, but I like pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Soda, pop. You probably say soda.
I think I say both, but Coke Zero. I'm a huge fan of the cherry Coke Zero right now. That's my jam. Just ask the boys. I like, because when I come in and I'm like, who drank my Coke Zero? And they're like, it's like crickets.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, well, I don't give a crap if you drink it. Just freaking put another one back in the fridge.
Yeah, you got to replenish the stock.
Yeah.
No, because there's nothing worse than when you want a Coke Zero and there's no cold Coke Zeros.
Yeah. Nobody wants to drink a warm Coke Zero.
No, and you can't put it on ice either.
Ew, yeah, you can't.
It's out of a can cold.
Yeah, you hear
or
that Coca-Cola?
Fountain pop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fountain pop is good too.
Yeah. Okay, well, this was fun.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Annie, thanks for showing up.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll probably have you back on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just like the stuff we normally do. So
yeah,
I'm happy with it.
So we do it with two mics and 3 cameras.
Yeah, except this feels like this is really intense.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like, hi.
How are you?
Hello.
It's like dating. Just imagine if this was speed dating with microphones and cameras and lights. It's like The Bachelor, The Bachelorette. Could be.
Yeah, but this, like the placement of the mic is just, I'm not mad about it.
It's up to your height.
Yeah, I like, don't get me wrong. Like, I low key like want to believe I'm a celebrity. So I love the like lights and the camera and the microphone.
There you go, gentlemen.
Like, can I get a green room and snacks?
Now you're pushing it.
Can I request some Coke Zero in my green room?
You want gummy bears too?
No.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, next time Annie Brees shows up, we might have a green room. So
I'm not really a diva like that. I'm mocking myself. I can recognize my ridiculousness.
Unapologetically.
Yes. Yeah.
Unapologetically.
Yeah.
So guys, if you're listening, this is the best way to get the Annie Brees' heart.
Compliments.
Mucho compliments. And
roll up the red carpet.
And have something bubbly and fizzy. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Or wine. And a Jack's pizza.
Yes. Side salad to go with it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm in. That's the way to my heart.
Yep. Well, Annie, thanks for showing up. We appreciate your time. And I hope the Balance 365 machine life just still keeps on rolling. And ladies, if you're interested, check out raisethebarinitiative.com. Mm-hmm. Or you can check out any one of their Instagram handles just to stay updated with their information.
Right on.
All right. Thanks, Annie.
Thanks, honey.